Welcome into the new tour preview for Mario Kart Tour. This one's going to be very exciting. We'll take a look at the trailer for the next tour, as well as the Me Racing Suit trailer for the subsequent tour, which in all anticipation is going to be the final tour before the 3rd anniversary of the game. Congratulations, Mario Kart Tour, you are turning 3 years old. And with that, we expect an announcement of new things to come in the game, because look at this, folks. Ahead of the new tour preview, they pushed that notification indicating the changes that will take place to multiplayer above the new tour preview. In addition to the email that they sent out to all of the Nintendo accounts linked to this game, they're getting primed for some really exciting content, and I can't wait till we can all dive into that. If you're as excited as I am, show your support with the channel by leaving a like on this video and subscribing. We can go on this journey together through the 3rd anniversary of the game. All right. Let's open up the new preview and take a look at this trailer. We have the Bowser Tour. This has been very controversial. When I first saw this, I thought, wow, they're doing Bowser's Castle 3. That's kind of in line with what we were expecting. But I don't have the same experience in Mario Kart as all of you do in the audience out there. So I don't know the difference between these courses and not. And I certainly didn't know if the layout was for Bowser's Castle 3. I just imagined that this is what it looks like. But lo and behold, there's aesthetic differences, significant ones for Bowser's Castle 3. So for most people out there, particularly everyone in the stream, told me, no, this is not Bowser's Castle 3. So I said, okay, then maybe there is no new track. And then we took a look at the thumbnail and I was like, wow, they're doing a character tour without a brand new Bowser, without a brand new driver. That's how things were looking, right? And then we saw immediately there's the red off-roader as well as this dark Goo Goo buggy cart. And then we have Kamek and Charge and Chuck joining things in the 2nd week. But there were even more surprises still when we clicked on the trailer, right? So let's watch it together now and see what this is all about. What's fascinating is they have Dr. Bowser with Meowser in the week 1 frame, whereas in the tour introduction image, they had Bowser Pirate Jr. in the forefront. But there's gold Charge and Chuck. That was the big shocker, right? It completely threw everybody off. And not just that, but he's in a brand new gold Bullet Blaster, as well as Ninja Shy Guy, who's been in a lot of pipes recently, right? And he's in a new Cact X cart, a recolor of that. So that's what the special pipe is looking like. But I'm here to tell you that it's a mixed bag, right? Certainly for all the Bowser fans out there, we're all very well aware of how Nintendo does this game with the characters. You know, I can empathize being a Kong fan. There's no Kong alts, right? There's just a couple original characters that they brought in for the Kongs, but they have not touched those characters in any other form or fashion. And Bowser has had some nice treatment this year, but given the fact that they are doing a character tour, and they didn't do one of these big glow-ups, as Kartlife would say, for the Bowser Castle 3, they didn't provide that beautiful blue aesthetic to the castle. But that's not altogether surprising, because what was interesting to me, I read an intriguing comment made by Larry, where he showed the original frames of Bowser's Castle 1 through Bowser's Castle 4 in Super Circuit. And actually, all 4 of them have a different aesthetic to the castle. But Bowser's Castle 2, already being in Mario Kart Tour, was using the Bowser's Castle 1 aesthetic. So this isn't altogether unexpected, right? I don't know, the shock factor of it seems much larger than it should have been. This is something that we should have seen coming. And it's just the way that they're doing things for Mario Kart Tour. So I'm not extremely disappointed by that. Look, they've had a wonderful year, and I think that there's still great things to come in just a month's time away now. We can cut them some slack. However, I do think it's important that we keep the positive messaging at the forefront for the things that will help energize and sustain the enthusiasm of players in the community, such as character diversity, alt diversity, right? As well as better course selection, which, look folks, this new tour is going to be doing just that, right? We have the return of Dino Dino Jungle, we see Choco Mountain, is in this, as well as Mario Circuit, and those are just 3 that we're naming right out of the gate here. So I think that this is going to be a fun tour. It's going to feel fresh with the tracks that are available. Look, Gold Charge and Chuck, something that wasn't on many people's bucket lists in the game. It's nice that they're doing that, but I don't understand from Nintendo's perspective. Like, it's great to throw in a character like that, but to have that be the single driver that's being brought in, and look, they're not shy about bringing in new karts and new gliders, but just the drivers, it is perplexing. And I do recommend that all of you out there, if these are important things to you, I'd highly encourage you to continue sending them feedback on character diversity and representation. Now, let us move on to the Mii Racing Suit trailer here. You see that there's Bowser and Dry Bowser, very easy to call since these are existing models from past Mario Kart games, and they both have the Bowser shell, which fits the precedent that we've seen with other Mii Racing suits. This is the exciting part, the final 5 seconds of the trailer, right? What will be Wave 14? And this is going to be the tour before the anniversary tour. We see that there is Goomba, and who we think is Hammer Bro, right? Because that could be a shell for Koopa, but it looks particularly like the helmet for Hammer Bro, and the background color is green as well there. So what kind of tour could we anticipate with that? Well, maybe something that's classic Mario themed, right? Very hard to predict. Maybe all of you can share your thoughts in the comments below. Let's get the ideas flowing there. But Goomba is an interesting one, since that's been one of the more hotly requested characters. And of course, you know, the counterpoints exist out there, how it doesn't have hands to race in the car, right? So it makes sense that they would introduce it through the Mii Racing suits, as they did with Chain Chomp, who's in the similar camp of Mario villains without hands. But Triple Mushrooms seems like it would be appropriate for that. And then Hammer Bro, if that is Hammer Bro, then, you know, we would be seeing the hammer skill. And if it is Koopa, Troopa, then triple green shells perhaps. So a lot of fascinating things. They're shattering the mold with this, right? Like even right down to the All Cup ranking badge. Like what could we expect to see on the badge? We've already seen Meowser, right? We've seen Bowser Pirate Jr. and as well as Charge and Chuck and Kamek as well. So it's going to have to be Dr. Bowser. During the Peach versus Bowser tour, it was Dr. Peach who was featured on the badge. So in all likelihood, it will be Dr. Bowser. As for Gold Charge and Chuck, they've never had a special pipe character represented on the All Cup ranking badge. It'll be interesting to see what the composition of that special pipe is as well, because they've only shown 4 items, and then there's a bunch of just regular normals and supers and whatnot in the background there. So could it just be a 4 high-end 50 pipe, which would be 8% high-end odds? Very good items, all new items, perhaps even a coin box driver. If they go that route, it's either going to be that or likely some kind of a Bob-omb skill, such as Giga Bob-omb. But if they only have those 4 items in the pipe, 3 of them are going to be new. And then at that point, I wouldn't imagine there to be a spotlight, since it's greatly favorable to pick up a new item. In fact, with just a single drain of the pipe, if it is 2 per selection for drivers and carts, you'd be 75% to pick up that Gold Charge and Chuck. So it'll be very fascinating to break down all of those details. You're going to want to stay tuned for the reaction video and the subsequent materials that follow it. Okay. Let us race here with Penguin Toadette and do today's challenge, and then we're going to warm up things for the token shop pipes. Over 7,200 tokens here, so we're going to effectively clear out the token shop pipes. There's just going to be a couple of them remaining, which if you join the Discord server, you can follow along. And that will be the place where I will post the final token shop pipes that we cannot fire here today. All right, and it looks like I still have this on 50cc from Coins Aplenty. Actually, what was really fascinating on the Coins Aplenty run, they gave me the first cup, which was the Ice Mario Cup, if I'm not mistaken. So if you're doing multiplayer, you want to go through there, take the hops, and that's a really nice shortcut. I don't see very many people taking that. and worldwide lobbies. So if you can do that and execute that comfortably, you are well ahead of the game in terms of getting to the finish line first. And of course, we're well ahead of the game because this is on 50cc. So let me know how your ranked modes are looking, where you anticipate this dry Bowser Me racing suit to be. Will they be giving it away perhaps like they did with the Dolphin, or are they going to continue on with the ranked rewards? I think it makes sense for them to keep doing the ranked rewards. It was really very generous, and I think in retrospect that Ocean Tour is going to age very well, because really this was a fascinating discussion that we had on the Discord server. Was that tour really gave us a glimpse of what Mario Kart Tour would be like if it wasn't one of those aggressive gacha mobile games, right? Where they were able to theme the entire loadouts of the course to the characters, right? We had all those daisies, including the Super, who is available to everyone, including brand new players who are just starting off in that tour. The Dolphin Me racing suit was given away, which was also top shelf in that course. It was just extremely friendly with all of the summertime gifts that were being given away as part of the celebration, and the vibe of that. Not to mention that they threw in Singapore Speedway too, which was a gorgeous city course, perhaps my favorite. So good, and that was totally a shocker. No one was anticipating that, and the fact that they gave us that amount of brand new content in a single tour, I mean, this is what we're talking about when we're looking at the Bowser Tour. And some people might say it's mailed in, it's this, it's that, in a negative sense. And look, you know, I think when people say that, they're coming from the right place. Everybody wants this game to succeed, and not every tour can bring the same kind of elements. But what's important is that as they cycle through these things, that they continue to hit all the notes, maybe not all at the same time, but they can do that over, you know, the entire calendar. So here we go. I wasn't hawking my resource tolls, but we have a green pipe. 500 coins, fantastic, great start. I'm going to say that if we make it past 15,000 coins in these token shop pipes, I will purchase on the spot that driver ticket for 15,000. On my account personally, I don't need to purchase them since I have quite a healthy stockpile of those tickets, and I don't like to pay the premium rate. I like to wait for them in the daily selects, but we're going to encourage the good luck to befall upon us. And the luck has been very kind lately. So I'm not going to be, affected too much one way or the other. We're very comfortable with where things have been as of late, and we can't expect that to continue indefinitely, right? So let's just begin, and we'll continue the discussion as we proceed forward. First one up, we always start off very cold on these, so I'd be shocked if this was a gold pipe, and of course it's not. 3,000 coins though, oh my goodness. Well, we're not starting in the valley today, folks. We're starting up in the mountains. That is beautiful. That is the second highest coin count that you can get outside of like a duplicate high end and that 10,000 coins. Phenomenal, wow. Alrighty. Strap in, folks. We might be in for a good one here. Fake green pipe. They're front loading this pipe. This is like an Isai pipe, right? Normally, like, I got to go to the bottom to get the good stuff. Isai, he has his pipe. It's like all the cream, right? Oh, this is insane. So much fun to do this. I really do enjoy doing these segments. No matter if it's good or bad, but of course it's always more enjoyable when it's good. Thinking about the future of Mario Kart Tour, we've had a lot of fascinating discussions on this, and thinking ahead to what is to come in this third anniversary. Battle mode is highly touted about, almost expected at this point, but we can't say for sure until we see that announcement in early September. And then to think about what can they do to help this game continue to generate revenue enough so that it can outlive the shelf life of the crossover content that they're doing between Mario Kart Tour, the mobile game, and Mario Kart 8 Deluxe with this booster course pass. So when I talk about things like character diversity, for example, like the character Bowser, that is a market, right? Just like the skill Coinbox is a market. So imagine if they just stopped selling out Coinbox drivers through the pipes, right? Well, that's kind of like what they do when they limit the character diversity and representation, particularly over time, as more brand new courses are filtered in, and then the older ones cycle in less and less over time. So that way you have to replace and renew the coverage and the representation of these things over time. So, they've developed a drought in several of their markets that we've, well established here on the channel. My primary one being that of the Kongs, but a lot of the other ones too, such as Wario, King Boo, the Koopas, right? Pauline, Toad has even had, whether or not you consider Toadette to be a part of that family or not, of course. But those are all things that could, provide updated models and course representation in the game. But thinking about what they could do to really monetize the market of multiplayer and battle mode, if that is what's going to be coming in, because having all of their revenue tied directly to just ranked mode and the All Cup rankings, which require slightly different approaches. So if you're a free-to-play player, you can't become a top ACR player and a top ranked player, because the kinds of investments that you're making have to be specialized in such a way that you're optimizing that for the one goal or the other one, right? There's not a ton of overlap that exists there. Because when you're going for the top ACR, particularly as we've seen, Alpha 69, one of the troop leader in this community, is going for the top 100. Looks like he's going to make it with flying colors, perhaps even the top 50. And we've already had Bolt, who finished in the top 25 in All Cup ranking back in the Amsterdam Tour. And that was by going all in with level 8 for Rosalina Volendam's set, right? But then, on the other hand, we had Penguin Toadette, right, for today's challenge. That's one of Antenian's hallmarks, who's the top free-to-play ranked mode player. Now we'll be moving on to tier 75, thanks in part to his 125k, backed by a triple coin frenzy run from his dear Penguin Toadette in week 2 of this tour. So, I mean, there's so many fascinating things that we're doing in the community, and I really love to share their successes. In order for the game to really maximize its potential, they have to expand those markets elsewhere. And the traditional Mario Kart experience, let's just fire this pipe and I'll keep talking through it. The traditional Mario Kart experience is that of multiplayer, right? Playing with your friends, playing through time trial. And I know, from the dawn of time in Mario Kart Tour, there have been, suggestions, recommendations, let's have a ranked time trial mode or something like that, right? And that's something that they haven't done. I'm sure they've read that suggestion and feedback hundreds of times and just tossed it aside, or considered it and found it didn't fit the model that they've put forward. But at this stage, they've put so many assets into their multiplayer, and now they're going to be repositioning this in a way, perhaps to make room for battle mode. They have to be able to get monetization through that market. Nice to pull an item there with Koopa Troopa. Shout out to a turtle dude and all of the hard work that he has done developing the coverage optimizer tool, which we update the listings for in our Discord server every single tour. A lot of really brilliant conclusions that we can draw from that information. Not just that, but really the specialized deep dives that we can do on specific items to your individual requests as well. Oh, 2,000 coins, very nice. So we're up to 5,500 coins so far, including that today's challenge pipe. And to go back to this overall conversation that we're having here, we have a gold pipe to welcome us. So maybe intern 4 here is listening in on the speaker. Hello, intern 4. I hope you're enjoying this one. They really should incentivize play in multiplayer. And not just that. I don't know if ranked mode, for example, is the answer for that, but to come up with a system, a mode of play, perhaps even in the Mario Kart Tour sense. Like, what about a battle mode that counts score, right? And the only thing that you can score is through hits, or rather, even the coins could count too, but maybe you lose your coins if you get hit. I mean, there's all different kinds of little things that you could do, and then based on the levels of your loadouts, you get bonus points boost for that score, right? And then have a rankings based on a score for that, and then incentivize players to invest into a different crop of items, perhaps older ones or ones that are ineffective or undesirable for standard means, such as ranked mode or all cup ranking. And then suddenly they're forcing players, or at least encouraging them, enticing them to use their resources now separate from that system, right? And then you get a brand new market that is flourishing on something that's renewed, that no longer is viable in the existing framework. Would be really cool. I mean, I have so many ideas. You can hit me up anytime in turn 4. I'm here all day. Let's see what he's got for me in this gold one, though. Okay, cart cap ticket. I do like the cart cap tickets. But I have a lot of passion and vision for what Mario Kart Tour could be, as I'm sure all of you do out there as well. So leave me below in the comments some ideas, cool things that you can think of that would help make Mario Kart Tour more encouraging to go into multiplayer, but also to spice things up so that the game isn't just so solely focused on ranked mode and ACR, which leads to a lot of burnout in players. It's definitely something that we've been talking about in the community for the past several months, particularly with the drought of course rotation that we were seeing. We picked up more coins. Fantastic. And we're picking up rubies too. They are being so good to us today. So good to us. Thank you. I'm not even afraid of these green pipes anymore, because honestly, I think a lot of the resources that I enjoy do come from the green pipes. The gold pipes, they have a high concentration of those point cap tickets. Wow, so we are up to 7,500 coins. We're halfway there to the 15,000 coins. And then I'll purchase that high-end driver ticket if we get there. And I don't even think we're halfway through the pipes yet. It'd be interesting to see, to set a goal beforehand. Kind of reminds me of Studfit's pipe polls, right? The beat the pipe hashtag, where he puts up the number of high ends that he wants to get. And they're giving us the normal tickets too, the X3. So good. And we have an E-Side glider here. So E-Side is making a return appearance. Front loaded the pipe, and then we get the lightning oil paper glider. We're working in all the shout outs today. Hey, another gold pipe. Fantastic. E-Side must have programmed that one in for us. Actually, I see we are close to reset, so I can get in a second today's challenge pipe even as well. Wow, this is going to be a jam-packed episode. A lot of fun doing this. Okay, it's good to pull items. Now, another thing that we've been talking a lot about too is, and I'm not anywhere near done talking about the daily selects, because I really do feel like when I talked in my Why I Love Mario Kart Tour video, a major reason for that is the feeling of character and item progression. Kind of like an RPG, and you have that skill tree, right? And as you're playing with the character and gaining XP, you get to pick your skill and whatnot. And actually, I mean, that's an alternative framework idea that I've had for Mario Kart Tour since really the beginnings of me playing this game. I really feel like one area where Mario Kart Tour has been to its own detriment was with the initial framework of how, they've monetized the game and how they've made it so heavily dependent on massively pay-to-win players. So it's really exploiting a limited selection of the player base. And then for a long time, it was not very friendly for free-to-play players. Now it's extraordinarily friendly for free-to-play players. But by the same token, then it's almost too good in some ways for free-to-play. And Gold Pass only players are often like left on the fence, like saying, how much longer should I go on with Gold Pass, right? These are discussions that we have, and if you haven't even mentioned them directly in the comments, which many of you have, but I'm sure even more people who haven't have thought about these things. And where I think the market would be more effective for them is if it was something like, a cup of coffee, right? Where it's like, the price point was more approachable to a much wider audience, right? Mario Kart is one of the largest IPs in all of gaming. And I feel like, the fact that it is so heavily stratified to, premium customers really reduces the size of the market that they're targeting with that. And look, when I talk about all these things, I want to see the game, go beyond a 5-year roadmap. And here we are. We're getting hit with the tour reset. So let's go into it. We'll check out the daily selects while we're at it. I'm gonna miss Sky High Sunday. Honestly, I think it's been a blast. I love the music. I don't mind the track design whatsoever. I think it's been a real pleasure to play this course. So let's check out that shop, see what's going on. Nothing special in the daily selects. Time to keep firing. We'll do we'll save the today's challenge for later. Ooh, 8-bit jumping Mario glider. Okay, so we're pulling some super gliders here. That's very interesting. Haven't seen many of these actually, and haven't seen any item tickets yet. I wouldn't mind an item ticket, honestly, on some of these because I've used quite a bit, particularly on the Sky High Sunday courses in the Week 1 ranked mode. Wow, another super glider. This is, there's something that feels good about pulling an item and seeing the progress go directly into one thing. And that's where we could talk more about the daily selects, right? Because the pool is just so enormous. It would be nice to see some things be replaced entirely, remove them from the daily select so that players can start strategizing more and being disciplined with their resources. Nintendo should encourage that. They should encourage their players to show wit and skill in a way so that they can get ahead at the game relative to that of players who, maybe aren't diving into the details as closely. Remember when we had our daily selects maxed out, the Holy Trinity, the super gliders, that kind of an element, even if you don't like, I haven't had a new driver you like in several months. Well, hey, you can still be working towards progress on that. That's progress that's lost now. You don't have that sense of progression anymore with these new daily selects. And then remove the ones that are removed from the daily selects, you can put into the free-to-play tour gifts, right? And then you can just slightly bump up, even incrementally speaking, the Gold Pass gifts. And then that would cover a number of things that we've talked about and improve player morale and yeah, I mean, there's so many things. This could be like a 2-hour-long show, just talking about the ideas of like, what does KG think would immediately make the game that much greater? All right. 3 rubies. Wow, we're up to 8 rubies. That is shocking. I think that's the first time I've ever pulled rubies twice. Maybe there was one time where I pulled 3 2 times. I've never pulled a 5 and then a 3, I don't think. That seems very, very rare. It's very rare in general that I pull rubies, actually. You might think it's actually common considering like, oh, it's a large number. That's just from saving. That's just from discipline, from patience, and being comfortable with your position in the game, having faith and confidence that the developers will bring in nice content for the Kongs in the future, right? As well as finding ways to enjoy the game, those simple thrills, right? And really experiencing that together with the whole entire community. That's what it's all about, right? It's all of you that are out there that make this game so much fun. And honestly, I talk about this game with all of you way more than I actually spend playing it. That's 1000% true. You can let me know in the comments if that is the same for you. So we're kind of cooling down, but we did get those item tickets, so we got the final check mark is in the book there. All right, it looks like we have 4 polls left. And I'd say it was a very, very nice spread. Not a very strong concentration of any one particular thing, but there's something to go around for everybody in these pipes. Ooh, another faker. That's 2 fakers. I was just going to say, if that was a dud, I was going to go over to today's challenge, but actually, let's just finish these off now. That was very kind and friendly to us. And that was coins. I saw the meter rolling up. I don't know how many, though. Ooh, this could be good. 1,000. Okay. So that is 8,500. It looks like we need 10,000 coins now if we are to pull, or rather exchange for that high-end driver ticket in the tier shop. Otherwise, Intern 4 can recycle that for someone who's in greater need of it. I certainly do wish all of you have good luck in your shops for the particular goals that you are going for. All right, let's do today's challenge. That's where we'll end things off. This one was a blast. I really had a lot of fun doing this one. Hopefully you all have a nice perspective with which to enter this next tour. I certainly do feel for the Bowser fans that are out there. Certainly the character that's being represented, interesting choice. I'm not sad to see it, not at all. It's just, you know, it's surprising given that there's ones that are of greater fan demand and they're not being brought in on a regular basis. It's very curious why they do that. And, you know, it would be nice if they actually had someone working for Nintendo who provided some community outreach in some way, just to get a sense for what the developers are interested in and what they go for in this, just so that, you know, we could have a better understanding of them. You know, then perhaps we could take a look at things from their perspective and say, yeah, you know, that's really cool. I'd like to see what they're doing here. So just finishing up here, getting a few more tokens to contribute to those token shop pipe launches that we'll do on the Discord's live streams. All right, here we go. Did we get resources? I don't think we got resources, but we have another greenie. That's how we're going to end it off. Anything of a surprise in here? 3 rubies. Oh, wow. I guess I wasn't paying attention to that count. Wow, that's phenomenal. We got double-digit rubies today, folks. I don't think I've ever said that on one of these. Anyway, if you thought this was insightful, entertaining, please show your support by leaving a like on this video. Subscribe to the channel. There's massive amounts of exciting Mario Kart Tour content coming out. We're going to have the Bowser Tour reaction, going to be breaking down the value of the pipes. The optimal list will be updated, and we'll be turning our sights then to the 3rd anniversary and all of the wholesale changes that may be coming to Mario Kart Tour. We'll be waiting on the edge of our seats for that brand new news bulletin that will be coming in early September. So with that, I leave you and take care, everybody. Bye-bye.